Welcome back to Trend Tuesdays with AngelouEconomics. My name is William Mellor, and this week I'm going to talk about the just recently released economic impact report for Super Bowl 52. Now, of course, this year the Super Bowl took place in the Twin Cities region of Minnesota, so Minneapolis and St. Paul. And what local officials and local economic developers were hoping is that by having the Super Bowl, which takes place at the beginning of the year, that during a traditionally downtime in the tourist season, that they could get the region to experience a significant uptick in economic activity. So, what happened? Well, the report that just was released shows that 125,000 people came from outside of the region to visit the Super Bowl. And of that 125,000 people, 95% were actually from outside of the state of Minnesota. So it was a great attraction from people from outside of the region to come in and see what the local community has to offer. Now, in terms of total economic impact, about $400 million was generated from all of those visitors coming to the Twin Cities region. And to see how that shakes out, it's actually $450 million in total economic spending. But when you reduce that by about $78 million in spending that actually took place outside of the region, you reduce it again by about $80 million in displaced tourism dollars, so the tourism that would have taken place otherwise that didn't because of the Super Bowl. But then you then increase it by another $108 million because of indirect and induced impacts, sort of the secondary and tertiary types of impacts that occur from the direct spending. You shake out to about $400 million that occurs in the local economy and the state economy because of Super Bowl 52. Now, in addition to that, you have people staying in hotels. And actually, the average stay for people was about 4 days. And the occupancy for the 4 days surrounding the Super Bowl was 98%. So just about every single hotel available was occupied during the Super Bowl, during that week around the Super Bowl. So in addition to that, there's about $32 million in local tax receipts, local and state tax receipts. So in terms of whether or not they were successful in getting an uptick in activity during a lull season, I would say they absolutely were. So $400 million because of the Super Bowl, $32 million in tax receipts. So if you're a community and you're looking to, if you have a lull in your tourism season at the beginning of the year, you might consider hosting the Super Bowl. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next Tuesday.